Item is M&C 23-0999.
Councilmember Nettles.
I want to move to approve, but I want to have words as well.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'll keep my words brief. I think everyone knows where I am on this agenda item. Today, I want to say that this vote is about Tatiana and her family. It's not about all the aftermath that happened that got us here, and so we want to keep focused on what we're doing today. This council was faced with a numerous of dark clouds hanging over us as we walked into office of things that we had to get done for our community and our constituents. And this by far was one of the biggest hurdles that we had to go through. And I want to acknowledge and say that this council in back rooms and workshops and work sessions has been one with each other about how we make sure that we take care of the minor child who was affected tremendously about this aftermath that happened to Miss Atatiana Jefferson. And so I want to take the opportunity to thank the mayor for her leadership, this council, our city attorneys who have worked diligently to make sure us to get to this point. It does seem like a long time for us to get here, but there were several things that was out of our control as it relates to court and battles and issues that the city of Fort Worth had no dealings with. And so once things settled down and we was able to get to this point, we were able to take care of the minor child who was affected. And I, for one, am excited about this opportunity to make sure that he can go to college and do things that his mother and his aunt wanted him to do as they was raising him. And so, Mayor and Council, thank you for the opportunity to get us to this point. And so with that, I move to approve.
Mayor Pro Tem Bivens.
Thank you. Let's see here. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Councilmember Nettles, for the motion and for your diligence, and this entire council. It's important that the public knows much attention, much research, a lot of work was done by this legal staff and the entire council to make sure Zion, the young nephew, would be well provided for. I too raised the issue, just so you know, to the neighbor, when you consider the life expectancy of Black males, what if something happens? But I can promise you the work staff did was top drawer all the way. I know you were quite anxious and came every week to complain about the time of trial. That was beyond our control. The wheels of justice never move smooth and fast enough for people waiting for justice. But in this case, we all wish Amber we wish that Tatiana was still here, but she's not. And so the best we can do is the action that this council has taken. I stand by the decision. I stand by my peers on this council and acknowledge everyone. There was never any type of hesitance to do right by Zion. This entire council wanted to make sure that was taken care of. And that's the reason why my vote will be in support of this settlement. And Mayor, thank you for your leadership, and the new members who came on board, thank you for just being human and caring about a very, very dark page in our city's history. Thank you to the police chief. I see Chief Noakes back there. Everyone played a role in making sure we stood up for Zion. Those are my comments.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Crane.
Yeah, just reflecting on what Mayor Pro Tem just said, I think it's worth at least very, very quickly, since legal staff did put a lot of time and effort and listened and met with all of us and our concerns to know how Zion's going to be taken care of. I don't know who best to address that, but I'd love just for this audience to have that summarized.
Is it Letitia?
Letitia.
Good morning, Mayor, members of Council. Letitia Coleman Brown, Deputy City Attorney. I am not going to tell you specific dollar amounts just because it respects the privacy of the settlement until a court approves it, because the court does have to approve it. But I do want to let you know generally that there was an attorney fee arrangement that the plaintiffs had with the attorney. We had no control over that. They decided how much the attorneys would be paid. So a significant amount of that settlement, 40%, will go to the attorneys under their arrangements. That can be changed by the court, and it may be changed by the court. We just don't know that yet. There is a lump sum that will be paid out to the family that would allow the minor child, I'm not naming him just because as a lawyer and officer of the court has gave him initials, but most everybody knows who he is because he testified at the criminal trial. But a lump sum will be set aside for him from now until 18 to take care of needs of a child. It is not, that was asked for, the amount, we offered it, but the amount was asked for and decided upon by the family. There will be an amount that will pay semi-annually every semester that would allow him to go to college and for college to be paid for. That amount will be paid from age 18 to age 25. So that will allow him to get a bachelor's degree and an advanced degree if he so decides. He will also get monthly payments under our agreement that will allow him to have living expenses while he's in college as well. And then at age 26 through age 40, that amount will increase. He will get monthly payments as well as an annual lump sum payment that will pay him through the age of 40. And I'm going to say this amount because since he is getting a lot of these payments later in life, that money will sit and gain interest to his benefit, which means that although this settlement amount in today's dollars is 3.5, that if that amount annuitizes and is paid out as we expect it to be, it could result in actual payment amount valued at $6 million. And I'm happy to answer any further questions.
I appreciate that. I just wanted you to, because y'all did so much work on this, again, meeting with us individually and then as a group, and then back and forth. The family really worked on this and signed off on it. And I think the overall purpose that I know I had, and I can't speak for my colleagues, but I think they agree, is that he is taken care of for the rest of his life. And if it's invested well, he's got trustees and everything else, that he should be good. Never going to bring his aunt and his family back, but it will, I think, go down this road to healing.
And I think that it's important to note that the city, as well as his family, were totally on board with each other in providing an amount that would take care of him through 18, making sure that he was able to go to college, make sure that he was incentivized to go to college because the majority of his money will come after college age. So making sure he was incentivized to go to college and making sure that he was taken care of for a longer period of time. Sometimes these amounts are lump sums over a shorter period of time, but his family was very interested in making sure that those payments were made out over a longer period of time for his benefit.
Thank you, Letitia. Councilmember Flores.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say that, with this council action, family will receive a small measure of relief and hopefully peace after 3 years of waiting for trial and justice to be served. And we all collectively hope for the very best for Zion's future. That's what's important.
Thank you, Carlos. Councilmember, any other discussion or remarks on this item? No, just to reiterate, thank you very much to Leanne, your entire city attorney staff, external counsel. You've worked really diligently, and I know it was also a very emotional experience, especially for the attorneys on the front line, ensuring they were memorializing the wishes of this council, which was, of course, to take care of a minor child that his life was directly impacted by a Fort Worth police officer, but most importantly, to make sure his future could be better and brighter by the right level of funds. And I think that we've achieved that today. It does feel short, right? It's not enough, but it is the right gesture on behalf of the city of Fort Worth. And so for those reasons, I'm equally as thankful for this council. We don't always agree on everything, but there's full agreement on this issue along the way. And to that, I'm very, very appreciative. With council, please vote. Motion carries.